When Bob One Frost, when this is your friend James, let's jump right into this. Abortion is not the issue. It's sexual immorality. Abortion is merely the fruit on the tree of sexual immorality. Just like the baby is the fruit of sexual intercourse, abortion is the fruit of sexual immorality. Now, when I say sexual immorality, we're not talking about the small demographic of people who have medical issues. The mother might die, the baby might die, or the other small demographic of people who are raped, things like that. We're not talking about these small, if all this was just those two little small things, we would not even have an issue concerning abortion in the United States of America or anywhere. But the main demographic, the largest demographic that we have, is the fruit of sexual immorality. I mean, you got little boys and girls, they just don't want to have a baby, but they want to have sex. But the baby is the natural byproduct of sex. I mean, you can't act shocked. I mean, for women, it's not, sperm is not pollen. It's not, just some thing floating in the air that you just walk through it, you'll get pregnant. Boys, you don't just accidentally get girls pregnant. Men, women, someone isn't just working inside the office with their boss and then it's like, boom, they're pregnant and stuff like that. The root issue is sexual immorality. It's sex outside of marriage. The person doesn't want to have the baby. They're not ready for the baby. They're too young. The largest demographic, they're not ready for a baby. That's an interesting excuse. Don't have sex if you're not ready to have a baby. It's not a mistake. It's not we accidentally got. But the issue is the largest demographic, they're either the excuse is either too young or they're not ready or whatever. Let me see. I should. The majority is they don't want to have a kid. They're either too young, it won't jive at the office workplace because they're both married to someone else. They're still in high school. She wants to keep up cheerleading. He wants to head up this chess club or football team. I just got a drum major. Don't want to get a job to help support this child. I just created my girlfriend out of wedlock. This is all it is. The issue is sexual immorality. That is what we have to address. You address sexual immorality, get people back into abstinence, and stop thinking sex is just some toy, something you just do to pleasure yourself because you want to have sex with the girl across the room in school. She just wants to have sex with the person who's on this lacrosse team. No, guys, Christians, the root is sexual immorality. You cut off the root, you'll take care of the fruit. And that's the answer behind it. And that's why, you're talking about, you don't want to do this. You hate prenatal murder and stuff like that. Yes, prenatal murder is evil. But the only reason why people are murdering their babies, if you're not doing it for eugenics purposes, because you want to curb the population, which is another entirely different thing. But it's the root. You have to stick with the root. Christians, you have to focus on the root of the issue. Just like if your kid is not paying attention in school, you have to decide, you have to ask God what the root is. It could be spiritually. Mom and dad could be watching a bunch of horror movies at the house and the kid can't sleep. It could be physically. The child's staying up, on their little cell phone or whatever all night long and they are not getting enough rest. Or it could be physically where they're not getting enough nutrition. Mom and dad don't want to fork over the cash to make sure the kid has the proper breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Or it could be emotionally. They might have a wicked, evil teacher. See, if you don't, the fruit is the kid can't pay attention in class. The root might be, a bad teacher, a bad school, a bad parent, the child stressing out. So you have to stick with the root. And the root that has been the cause of this whole debate is, the girl's single, the boy's single. He doesn't want to be a dad. She doesn't want to be a mom right now, but they're having sex outside of wedlock. We have a very, very, very small portion of people who are married who are trying to have abortions. We have a very small percentage of the rape victims or, some medical issue where you have to still get with God and find out what to do. We have to stick with the root. The root of the abortion tree is sexual immorality. Let move be.